Okay, my Easy Chess tipsters, David Hurley here of easychesstips.com with a fantastic study in the missed art, I should say, of Ablenkung. Ablenkung is a German word which means distraction. And in today's video, we're going to have a look at how a chess master missed the opportunity to win a game through the subtle and crafty art of distraction. It's all up front, above board, and just a little bit tricky. So tricky that the great Portisch missed the trick and the game ended in a draw. So let's have a look at the game. It was a game between Rudolf Teschner and Lajos Portisch in Monte Carlo in 1969. And this is the 29th move of the game. So let's just see how the game developed up to that 29th move. We have e4, and this develops into the French defense advanced variation. And it looks like it's heading towards a draw. Okay, and this is the state of play that we saw at the beginning of this video, the 28th move. And now white sees that there is a loose pawn here on d5, and white grabs it. In fact, this is a fatal error if black is ready to spring die Ablenkung, the distraction. But in fact, the great Portisch did not notice, and he played what looks like a safe move, a double attack on the rook, by moving his queen to a6. And there's a simple response to this, which Teschner sees, and he just drops his knight back. So now the rook is doubly attacked and doubly protected. And the game goes on from there to end in a draw. And that's it. It's a draw. A draw was agreed at that point. So let's hop back. And so here is where Teschner picks up the free pawn and where Portisch misses his chance to win through a very nice or nasty, depending who you are, Ablenkung or distraction. Can you see, my friends, what the move should be? What should black's move be? The game-winning move that black missed. Okay, did you see it? Let me get my pen and bring it over here, hover it over the queen, and send the queen on her way diagonally down the board. It's a suicide queen, apparently. Or is it? This is, my friends, the art of distraction in action. Because this juicy queen appears to have blundered into an easy take for white, but not so hasty, my friends, for if white is so foolish as to take the queen with the rook, then our rook up here comes trundling down here to declare a check that leads to checkmate. And that, my friends, is the art of distraction. Is there any way to prevent this disaster from unfolding? Perhaps if we drop back our knight here, we are now protecting the dreaded square down here. Well, what of it? Can black still win with the knight protecting, where are we? With the knight protecting f1 and also protecting the rook on e2? Well, our plucky queen here simply hops diagonally back to announce check. This queen seems to want to commit suicide. And so what happens now? The rook takes the queen, and this rook here comes trundling down and takes the rook and says check. And so now, even when the knight hops in here, the rook simply takes the knight, and that is the end of the game. The fine art of Ablenkung, which even a Grandmaster missed. So let's have a look at this on the practice board over here, so that you can see exactly how this works. So Teschner takes the pawn. He grabs a pawn. He's very greedy. He grabs a pawn. And this allows for this break in over here. The back rank is now somewhat vulnerable. And the basic version, rook grabs that queen. White feels very happy until white gets completely back spanked. And that is the end of that. Is that going to move? Bang! Goodbye. Checkmate, mate. Okay, let's go back. Let's put me down here so we can see that it is indeed checkmate. So we take the pawn. Down comes the queen. So now let's do our knight retreat to protect the position, so it seems. For if the queen were to come down here, well, that's a blunder because the knight takes, and now we can say that white is definitely winning. So we don't want to do that. However, if the queen simply steps back here and declares check out of reach of the knight, when the rook takes the queen, the rook takes the rook, and there is no way to prevent checkmate. And so that, my friends, is the subtle art of Ablenkung, or distraction, in chess.